Okay.
what I'm doing in that. So.
All right.
Yeah, I'll tell Bert.
Number 2. Okay, back to P7.
I'm gonna use my phone. Is that
Thank
okay?
you so much, Berkeley. Why are you using your phone?
Okay. Solve the inequality algebraically. Write the solution in interval notation and draw its number line graph. Absolute value of 2x minus 1 is greater than 3.6.
Oh no, guys. I'm screwed.
All right, what do we remember about absolute values and inequalities?
It can't be negative.
Okay, absolute values can't be negative.
So 3x, 2x.
And what about the inequality part when we have an inequality and absolute value together?
I don't remember.
Plus or minus?
That is right, actually.
Okay, so we're going to have 2x minus 1 is greater than 3.6. So there's one that's always just copied straight down. Okay, then the other one, you copy down the left, you flip the inequality, and you make this a negative, the right side a negative. Okay? That's because essentially you're taking out a negative, okay? I'm using that in quotes because that's not technically what's happening, but it essentially is what's happening. Okay, so when you divide or multiply by a negative, okay, with an inequality, it flips the sign. So now I can solve for x in both cases. So 2x is greater than 4.6. Divide by 2, x is greater than 2.3. And then over here, 2x is less than negative 2.6. X is less than negative 1.3.
And then you have to graph your, you don't have to. I'm stupid.
And then this is where you kind of just have to think about it, okay? Can x be less than 1.3 and at the same time greater than 2.3?
No.
No, so this is an OR problem. Okay, so when we graph it, oh wait, first, hold on. First it says to write the solution in interval notation.
Are you kidding me? That's so stupid.
Okay, so interval notation, okay, x is less than negative 1/3. So technically I should rewrite this first as, come on, x is less than negative 1/3. Why am I saying 1/3? I don't know why I'm saying 1/3. 1.3. Or x is greater than 2.3. Okay, if you rewrite it in the correct order, it will help you, 1, to write your interval notation, and then 2, to graph it. So now I have negative infinity to negative 1.3 union 2.3 to infinity. And then we graph it.
What does union mean?
Or
Can you repeat why we had to switch it?
so that it's in numerical order.
This notebook is so I lied, by the way. Apparently I have all the examples.
She just needs like P3 and P4 notes, but I have those, so.
I'm nothing. I mean, I
That was from the first quarantine, I think.
Yeah, right? Isn't that so disappointing? Like, I'm still behind from then. Miss Pat's probably gonna kill me because I haven't even looked in the book.
It's fine.
All right, and remember these are parentheses, okay, not brackets, because this is just less than or greater than. Okay, if it was less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, we would use the bracket instead. So we just graph it, and then you're done.
I have to tell Mom that I'm going early.
All right, number 8. The absolute value of x minus 5/4 is less than or equal to 6.
So basically, can we just tell the sub what day we're ready for the test?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just ballpark leave a note and say that these people need to make up the test for blah, blah, blah.
So can we?
They need to do it by this date. Like, I'm going to figure out what,
Is that a U?
yeah,
It's
for union.
Oh boy.
I thought it was V.
And honestly, they need to take it by this date. They have until then to make it up. And you can just do it in class, and the notes videos are posted online. Or you can get the notes from somebody.
So take it in class. Got it.
Yeah. Just because it'll be easier on the sub than them trying to have to keep up with who's coming when and whatever. So.
Oh man. So
Well, we'll see if we do good on the quiz tomorrow, then that'll tell us that we're halfway ready for the test. So we'll see.
Well, I
Or-
can tell you.
Ariel, we're gonna study. We're gonna figure it out. Everything's gonna be fine.
All right, so absolute value, we're going to copy this one down without the absolute value bars. And then we're going to flip the sign and make it negative. So x minus 5 over 4 is greater than or equal to negative 6. All right, we're going to multiply both sides by 4. So x minus 5 less than or equal to 24. Add 5, x is less than or equal to 29. Same thing over here. X minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 24.
I have a question.
What?
How choose laws?
Oh, I'm.
Why couldn't you just change the sign on the actual problem? Like, why couldn't you just do x plus 5?
Because that's not a true statement.
Okay, I was just wondering if
Add 5, negative 19.
I don't
It's
like
an
how
and
you-
problem.
How do you know that?
Because x can be greater than negative 19 and less than 29.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore you write it like negative 19 is less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 29.
That means you don't need 2 lines.
And then it would be a
Oh.
bracket, negative 19, comma, 29 bracket.
Let me get this straight really quick. So number 2 is or because like x literally like it is impossible for it to be less than negative 1.3. And okay, got it. I got it.
Wait, can you go down a little bit?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to. So it's one of those where there's not like a rhyme or reason to figure out exactly which one is gonna, like, when you start, if it's gonna be an or an and. You really have to solve it down, and then you have to logically think, is this possible? So sometimes what I would do here is I would go through and I would write and see, okay, are the values pointing the same direction? Are they pointing opposite directions? Like when I go to do it, and then I rewrite it and see if it makes sense. Like up here, I couldn't have written it the other way because that wouldn't logically make sense for x to be between those with the way those arrows are going.
Okay.
So they're going away from each other. I swear this never does what I want it to do. Come on. So then I think Taylor said this in interval notation, okay, which is technically what the question asks for. I would just get in the habit of writing all of it because while this step isn't technically required, it greatly helps to see what's going on.
I need as much help as I can get.
Okay?
I already don't know how to do that. And then I missed like a whole like 2 weeks.
Because technically it is solving it
Good God.
by putting that, but anyways, so then you write it, it's in brackets because these are less than or equal to.
My dad was like, are you still striving for A's? And I was like, I'm striving to get all my work done. And he was like, well, you should strive for more than the bare minimum. I was like, the bare minimum. You try being out 2 weeks.
more than that.
More, it's like 2.5 technically.
You're not very talkative.
No, more
Yeah,
than
'cause I
that.
haven't
More
talked
than
to
that.
anyone.
as
I was
in
gonna say,
you
she hasn't
were
seen
working
people in,
before
like-
that.
Yeah, I haven't seen people, and I had to talk to my mom, who would be like, you're driving me crazy, stop talking. And I was like, Mom.
This thing is leaking, and it's soon gonna hit my pants.
It's not leaking. It's
Okay.
sweating.
Anyway, so this one, because it's an and problem, okay, it goes between Alright, the next one say to solve the inequality, and then it says to use algebra to solve the corresponding equation. And it doesn't say this, but answers in interval notation. We've got 6x squared minus 13x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. Alright, ideas on what to do here, because this is not an absolute value problem.
Try. Move the 6 over. No.
Can you do the square? Can you see if the square works? No, it won't.
Completing the square? That will not work. Can you tell me why?
Guys, let me tell you. Do not take it for granted that you can.
Or
take
anybody?
6 and 6 won't make any number. 'Cause it has to be, the thing has to be 2 negative. So then you have to add.
you have to use the quadratic
Are you
formula.
talking about factoring, or are you talking about completing the
I was
square?
talking about factoring. But
Okay.
you couldn't do it. You can factor either.
Quadratic formula?
Might be low.
No. Why can't we complete the square though?
Because there's a 6 in the front.
There's a 6 in the front. To complete the square, there'd have to be a 1 in the front.
I knew that.
Okay? Do you guys remember the arch method when there's a number in front?
I don't even remember what I did yet.
Is that where you do you factor and then you take the numbers out of it again?
Okay, I think I understand what you're trying to say. So we have 36, and we're going to break this down into pieces to try to get 13. So what are different factors of 36? Okay, 6 and 6 don't work.
3 and 2 for both of them.
Not
What?
13. I'm done
No.
now.
You could just break it
18
up
and
into
2.
6 and 6 and then do 3 and 2 for each
Yeah.
of those and then figure it out.
Okay, so what groups of those numbers will add up to give me negative
We
13?
would have to subtract, right? 'Cause it's-
Yeah, well, both of them are going to be negative numbers.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Well, actually, I probably just gave that away, but they're both going to be negative.
9 and 4.
9 and 4.
I don't know.
Okay, so we copy down. Since they both have a 6, it doesn't matter which one we put the 9 with and which one we put the 4 with. Okay, if they're different, then we want to put them up with the one that they pair with, but both numbers are 6 at the beginning and end, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to do minus 9x minus 4x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. And now what would we do?
You take out the common.
You
or
take out a
take
3x
out-
squared
yeah.
from the
What's-
first one.
You can't take out 3x.
3x, sorry guys.
To leave you with 2x minus 3, right? And then what about the second one?
You can take out 2 at 2.
Just 2?
Negative 2.
Negative 2, okay, remember, because it's got to match. Okay, this one and this one, if they're not the same, it doesn't work. Okay, you need to try to pull something else out or something's wrong.
And then you set them both equal to 0. Or, well, it would follow you.
So 3x minus 2 times 2x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. And then I need to split them. I think that's what you're trying to say, right, Berkeley?
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to say. I'm not really good at explaining all that.
3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. 2x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. And we're going to solve for x. So 3x is greater than or equal to 2. X is greater than or equal to 2/3. Then the other one, 2x is greater than or equal to 3. X is greater than or equal to 3/2.
Wouldn't it be negative?
No.
How
No.
stupid.
Never mind.
Okay,
It's okay.
is 2/3 or 3/2 bigger?
3 half.
I say we blame Cody.
3/2.
Apparently.
I'm purely asking because there was somebody one time that told me that 1/4 is bigger than 1/2 because 4 is bigger than 2.
That is so
Do we still have to graph this
One's a
way?
quarter and one's.
You think I'm joking, but I am dead serious.
Wait, when? This year?
No, I'm just in general.
Oh.
In life, somebody once told me that.
Yo,
That is
you
just
can't really tell us who said it. That's not really.
No, I just said when, and was it this year? Not who.
That is just
Okay.
incorrect, and I don't want to hear that.
So, this one, x can't be greater than 2/3. Wait. Do I have these signs the right direction? Hold on.
Do you have to flip them? Or no?
So it's and,
No,
right?
you never.
Hold on. I gotta do this on number line. I have to see this first. Visual
Yo, gotta
person.
take correction,
The line isn't straight.
It's fine. I'll fix it later.
X is bigger than both of them, so it's like.
It would just be,
What is happening right now?
wouldn't it just be one line on three, one half, 1.5, like 3/2. Like a bracket on 3/2.
Yeah, but the book says that the answer is that it's an OR problem.
What? How is it or? They're going to
And that it should be going. That this one, this is what they say. That it should be going like this and like this.
Well, it should because it's when you write it down, it's 2/3 pointed this way, x. So that means doesn't that have to go that way?
No. Yes, on that.
That's
X is greater than, so that would mean that it would be anywhere over in this area.
Well, we already know the book can be faulty because.
Yeah. But they're also not supposed to be like that, technically.
Is that gonna be on our test?
Oh, I
That,
saw that.
one of those problems with that?
Well, I mean, this type of problem, but I'm trying to figure out if it's just a typo or if I'm going crazy. So we're just going to look real quick because I don't know what's going on. What section is this? P7?
Yeah.
I love that I was testing
So should we write what you have or what the book has?
Same.
'Cause I thought they pointed the same direction.
That's what I thought. Hold on. Let me see if my solver thing will tell me what's going
In the
on.
meantime, can I text Berkeley my address? That way she has it right.
I
So
already
that
have
way.
it.
Well, if you
I
can.
just literally
I'll
gave
send
it
it to
someone
you.
to find it.
Okay, good.
No,
My finger still hurts.
Is if
Stupid
Miss
pit
Stainer
bull.
looked up the address and realized how far it was like, I'm sorry, Berkeley. but
No, she already said we'd have to leave the house really early. I said, well, I need to do it. Sorry.
I need to do it.
I really.
If I could
appreciate
drive,
it.
I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Oh, if
So
I
did I.
literally, if this happened 2 weeks later, I would be fine. Actually, no.
Holy crap,
my mom
2
is.
weeks.
Well,
I'm
okay,
used to that.
the week after.
I don't know what's going on. Just
Got me a new car.
I'm just kidding for that triggers.
we just need I'll just need to figure that one out later. I'm just not gonna sit here and try to figure it out right now as to what's going on or why it's like that because I think they have a typo, but I'm suspicious there was supposed to be a negative in there somewhere that is they didn't put in the book, and so it's throwing the answer off. a
Just
little
scratch the problem. No need to worry about it. Next time.
bit. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
How do we only
I'll be honest when I don't understand what's wrong with it, and I don't understand what's wrong with it right now. So
Can you believe that you're gonna be Mrs. Quinn? Like, super
I
soon?
know.
Less than a week.
I'm not
It's gonna
calling
be
you
so
out.
hard to
4
follow
days.
that.
I'm just gonna say.
Are you excited?
yes,
No, man.
No,
she
she's
hates
not at all.
She's regretting it. She's gonna not walk down the aisle.
A runaway bride. All
Girl,
right.
I can't believe you're leaving.
Yeah, and you're
Sorry,
not
I'm
gonna
going
be
to
there
my
for her
sister's.
wedding. What is this?
Okay,
I
you
know,
guys
I'm
can't complain.
sorry.
That she's leaving.
Why can't we complain?
Because she's getting her
'Cause they're
1,000 on
both
Friday
leaving.
and we're both leaving. We're not gonna be
And
there.
Steve's
you're
probably not gonna be
fine.
there.
She's getting married, Berkeley.
Okay,
It's
I'm
a
grateful for her
big deal.
marriage. I'm grateful for her marriage.
Berkeley just needs it to have been the initial date that I had picked.
Berkeley, when I get back,
A week
I
later.
promise you, we're gonna celebrate and it's gonna be amazing. Okay?
I see.
I promise you.
I
And I'll be
think-
watching on Facebook Live.
Berkeley
So I'll
just
be able to
I
cheer
won't
for
be,
you
but
and
it's okay.
Okay, I don't expect you to be.
Oh, right. You're rehearsing.
Okay. All right. We need to flip this one. Okay. Write it in the correct order. So negative x squared plus 4x plus 21 is greater than 0.
Is today Tuesday?
Yes.
I don't remember. Man, I don't want to go to practice.
Thinking about that lab report is actually stressing me out right now.
Wait. -1 and then 7 and
It's out of mind, out of
Wait,
sight.
it's okay.
What?
I'm pretty sure like half
Then
this
you can do
podcast is
the
it.
thing, the same thing you were doing up there, but like.
She wants to talk about it on Thursday.
Well, you also have, yeah.
Can't you do 7 minus
friend.
3?
It-
And that factor
that
thing you
was-
know? That's I only know how to factor, so
I wanted to go.
Hopefully-
I want. I I want to go to the gym, but my mom said that wasn't good for me right now, and then I probably passed out. She's probably right, but I miss
I
it.
was gonna go back to gym tomorrow, then I decided I didn't feel like it.
That's what you've said for the past like week.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm just gonna throw it away.
So then you can take out a negative x. Then you have x plus
Minus
3.
3. I did it the opposite way. My bad.
6:30.
And then you can take out,
It'll work either way,
Yeah, I was
Joel.
about to say it's gonna work.
Take out a 7.
and that would leave you with x plus 3. And then you're like very happy because you know it's right. And then you do negative x plus 7 times x plus 3 is greater than 0. And it's already written down, guys.
Then it's negative x plus 7.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a whole posse in
Is
my
greater
super
than 0.
Except the problem is, what if I don't reach it back?
He's like, I think we can hang out right, but if you hang out Saturday morning. I was like, well, I'm actually gonna
Wouldn't the sign switch technically?
Yeah,
Huh?
sign would
When
flip
the
on the
sign
x because
flips,
you have to divide by
because it's
negative 1.
In a
X.
second. Yes, I'm trying to show all the steps first. Okay, so I move the 7 over. I have a negative on the x, so I need to divide by a negative, meaning the sign's gonna flip.
That's probably what happened to the last problem that they forgot to do.
Yeah, or I might just have a error myself that I need to look at. It's completely possible.
Hey, it works, guys.
Okay, that is definitely not what I got.
I'm sorry.
And then it's an
I
and.
had to share what Ariel just said out loud.
It's an and.
She said
I said,
we should hang out Sunday. We should go to church. I'm not making one of the truth that you're saying. I act like she would maybe like go to Busch Gardens, but we should go to church. Church and then Busch Gardens.
I think we need Jesus. We should go to Hollis Creek Home. But
I've been going to church every week, girlfriend. You
Is
and
it gonna
Jesus
be
are
or?
straight right
Is it gonna be
now.
or?
Are you?
no.
Oh, I thought, how is it not negative? It's negative 7, right?
Okay.
No, with positive
You're
sign.
dividing it by
I'm sorry.
negative.
My
But
brain
there's
is
also a negative on the other
Yes, but there's a
side,
negative on both
correctly.
sides.
Oh, I didn't write the negative down.
I think I have COVID. Is that a thing?
Yes, it is really a thing. My
Yes.
mom has it really bad.
And then you graph it, and then you have parentheses, and the lines in the middle.
But mine went away yesterday.
Okay, so the only thing that I did it differently. So I had 7 minus 3x way up there when I was factoring, and so then my problem at the end ended up with like x minus
And then we
7
can give my mom.
instead of negative x plus 7,
We can just go.
which doesn't really make sense.
I don't know.
Hold on, so you had what?
So when I did the factoring, I had negative x squared plus 7x minus 3x plus 21.
I probably shouldn't have come to school today, but
No, plus 7x minus 3x.
she was still really bad this morning. I don't want to be
Yeah, we don't care about her.
Oh.
And then whenever I factored all that out, I got negative x minus 3 times x minus 7 after I Oh, that's why. It's because I took a negative out on both of them. Okay, that makes sense. So I should just leave the negative.
I mean, you can take it out and it should still work, but
But then
I would just leave it.
okay, because I didn't then when I went down to
Like if I didn't do it.
problem, then it came out as x minus 7. Yeah, and then I wouldn't flip my sign.
I had to get 35. A sandwich and I can't taste and some Oreos in it also.
That sounds like it sucks.
But then I'd have to flip
It
that
does.
one.
Thank you for
Tasting
this.
sucks.
Okay.
I mean,
So then
not
instead of
tasting
flipping
sucks.
Honestly though, I didn't
that
know how
x
to
minus 7, I flip
But-
that one.
Maybe you can eat healthy.
Okay.
Very healthy.
Wait a minute, but that messes up the
Yeah, but
sign.
then
You
it's
can eat
not
very
that.
healthy now
Yeah.
without like tasting it.
It just
Yeah, I don't know. I would just do it though. I wouldn't take the negative out. It gets too confusing if you do
Wait, do you
that.
think we did something like that? That's what messed up the first one? That we
It's
were working on?
possible.